What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another tier list, this time of the levels of Spyro 2. Um, yes, it was fun doing the Spyro 1 thing, and seemed like people wanted to see, some people at least wanted to see some other Spyro games. And of course, Spyro 2 and 3, and maybe even Spyro 2 by itself, is like my favorite one, so I definitely should do this one, right? Um, so let's just get into it. Like, we're just gonna be ranking them, relatively speaking, from like D to S. We can change if we really need to. Spyro 2 has a little bit less levels than Spyro 1, right? But they're bigger, and well, mostly I love them. The question I'm wondering is, are there going to be D levels? Is there going to be a D tier level in Spyro 2 for me? Right. So, let's get started. First up is Glimmer. Glimmer, of course, our starting level here. A little bit nostalgic for sure. I'm gonna put it in A, I think. Like, maybe I think it's really good. Really gem-wise, it's the game really immediately puts you into a level, and it's a good level. And like, it's fun to break, like really easy to just get to the end, and that for me definitely raises its value. But I suppose, like, aside, if it wasn't the starting level, if it wasn't the first level you came into that you played, I think it would be less memorable. If you compare it to maybe some of the other levels in Summer Forest, I think it would be a little bit less memorable. But I think, because it is the first level, I will put it in A tier. Maybe if not, I would have put it in B tier. Okay, then we have Summer Forest, our first homeworld. For me personally, this is definitely S tier. Like, again, the first homeworld, like just like Spyro 1, I also put it in S tier. But here, like, it's, yeah, I think I'll spoiler, I will probably put all three homeworlds in S tier, because they've always been my favorite, because they're peaceful, because you run around and find levels, and the portals itself, they're really great, and they're just fun without any pressure, without any stakes, if you can understand that. Of course, like, an entire game like that without any enemies might be a little dull, but just for the homeworlds, I think they're great. And just Summer Force is just so peaceful. Like, doesn't have much of a music track, but so great, so peaceful, and fun to explore. Then we have Colossus. Colossus, I mean, we have to think relatively, right? It's definitely not S tier. Do I put it on par with Glimmer? I guess. I will put it maybe in B tier. That doesn't mean it's bad. I think it's just, Colossus is a pretty standard. I think that's a good middle ground for all the levels in Spyro 2. Like, it's good. It's definitely good, but it's a little bit less memorable. Like, the most memorable thing is the hockey and the Yeti. I think it's just a solid level. For sure. Then Idle Springs. I mean, it's very similar to Colossus. They're very similar levels, or they fit together quite well. It's just something about Idle Springs' aesthetic that I might want to put in A tier. Yeah, I think so. But I'm thinking, like, I have to think relatively. Like, is there anything going to be C or D? Well, whatever. I'll love all these levels. Hurricos. Hurricos is pretty cool. I guess I'll also put it in A tier. Yeah, it's a nighttime level. It's raining. Like it's a little hard, but and a little challenging, but it's still fun. And it's a really tight level. I quite like it. Certainly memorable. Sunny Beach. Sunny Beach. I'm gonna put it in B tier because of the chef. Maybe because of the chef. It's a funny level though. Oh, I feel so guilty and bad about putting all my sweet babies in B tier, even though B tier is good. I just put it in B tier. B tier is good. Don't worry. For sure. Aquaria Towers. I think after the LPM break that I did, after I really screwed up that level that much, it becomes a much more exciting level, and I could put it in A. I think without it, it's like a water level mostly. I think it probably belongs in B. But because it's quite memorable, like messing with the water levels that much, that I could put it in A tier. Yeah, the speedways, of course. The speedways we have to kind of put a little bit lower. I think Ocean Speedway, out of all of them, I don't know, like none of the speedways are particularly great, right? I mean, they're still fun. The Ocean Speedway, I guess I'll put it in C tier. Relatively speaking, I'll put it in C tier because it's just the speedways itself is still fun, but not as great as regular levels. Okay, we have the boss levels here too. So I guess just ranking of the bosses themselves, not really. Well, you could put the aesthetics there in there too. I think Crush is. I mean, as like a first, if you come to Crush after playing the Spyro 1 bosses, I think Crush is pretty good. I think, like, generally speaking, it's nothing spectacular. You just hit him a couple of times. He does like 1 or 2 or 3 attacks, and but it's just fun. He's kind of big. Yeah, it's like a good solid boss fight. Autumn Plains is my favorite level of Spyro 2, like hands down. I think I've probably mentioned it before, so like it belongs in S tier for sure, even above Summer Forest. Autumn Plains Autumn Plains is like all those great things I mentioned about homeworlds is true here, except it's even bigger than Summer Forest, like more levels to explore, but also there's quite a few cool secrets in Autumn Plains, like some cool hidden orbs, and like the whirlwind that takes you all the way to the top. That secret, like it really, and once the wind starts howling at that point, when you go really really high and you see the entire level just spread before you, like it's such a great feeling. And yeah, it's the castle too. Like Autumn Plains is the quintessential perfect level, homeworld at least for me. Skelos Badlands, for me that's a B tier level. It's a good solid level. Yeah, but not skeleton that's in there. That's definitely good. I think it's pretty similar with Crystal Glacier. Crystal Glacier I might even put a little bit lower, cause I don't know, it's the mini games are not that exciting. Yeah, finding that dog, the fishing, bringing him back, it's okay. Like the going around, flaming those bugs that keep coming back, it's kind of annoying. I'll put it in C tier, relatively speaking. It's not my favorite level. I like the ice though, for sure. Sapphire, I will put maybe. I will put it in B tier because I actually I like Sapphire, Zephyr or Sapphire, Zephyr. I don't know, Sapphire. We will put it with we'll say Sapphire with because of the Y. It's a really large level, and that's definitely positive. But the aesthetic of it is a little grimy. How can I say it's a bright level, so grimy doesn't fit. It's just maybe it's because it's less mystical and less fantasy, you know, like a lot of the Spyro 1 levels were, and like something like Autumn Plains still is. So it's like about war, so the aesthetic is like, and quite a few of the mini games or like the side quest things are quite annoying. So yeah, Breeze Harbor, I will put in B tier as well. Trouble with the trolley, definitely memorable. Maybe some people might knock it down to D tier for that, but it's actually it's fine. It's a cool level. It's a nighttime level. It's fun in the end. Scorch. Where should I put Scorch? I think also B tier. Yeah, Tether level. Some memorable moments, but overall it's not that crazy, right? Not that huge. Just running around, beating enemies, and then doing the flag thing, I guess. Fracture Hills. Fracture Hills, I kind of want to put in A tier. Fracture Hills, I think aesthetically is a really fun level. I like the Earthshaper thing. The Earthshaper pushing them in the lava is unique. You know, these unkillable enemies. Yeah, like rescuing these statues to break down the end of the level. Well, that's kind of fun. While also circle the Speedway supercharge, not Speedway supercharge. That's fun. Also nighttime level. Yeah, it's good aesthetic. I like it. Magma Cone. Oh. Something wants me to makes me want to put it in A tier. I guess also the Earthshaper thing, which is something I like. The lava. You know, you have the lava place and the ice place, aside from like the grassy outsides of the level, so it's quite versatile. But I think it's just, yeah, it's good, fun, memorable level. Sure. Shady Oasis, I will put a little bit lower. Maybe I'll put it in C tier, because I remember when I was doing the original LP and break, Shady Oasis was the one level I couldn't really do anything in. I couldn't really break. So I felt down on this level. I felt kind of down on this level. So in my mind, I think it went a little bit down. But I think it's not a bad level at all. So don't think it's a bad level at all. But I think, generally speaking, there was less I could do, so maybe that's why. I think it's still fun. Still fun, no bad levels. Then we have the two speedways, Metro Speedway. Metro Speedway. An Icy Speedway. Maybe I'll both put them in C tier. All the speedways are kind of the same. might even put Metro Speedway a little bit higher. I don't know. Icy Speedway is also kind of fun. The outside place. I think they're quite okay. I think they're quite okay. Like I'll put the speedways in C tier, but they're not that bad. Gulps Overlook, I think is E tier. I'm even thinking about going to S tier because like the music is super great, the boss fight itself is super great, like pretty versatile. There's a lot of things you can do. You can use his weapons against him. It's very memorable. The arena itself it looks cool, but it's nothing spectacular. I think it's just good. But I would put it near the top of the A's, I think. Winter Tundra, easy S. The aesthetic of this level is amazing. The winter castle, like, also gives like an air of finality to it, like going up to the castle in the dark, like with onto Ripto's arena, like yeah. Winter Tundra is like the other homeworld, fantastic. But it doesn't. It's smaller than Autumn Plains and a little bit less to explore than Autumn Plains, a little less to run around and more like jumping onto platforms and stuff. So it's like, yeah, a little bit lower. Yeah, can't compare to Autumn Plains. Mystic March. Damn, what a weird level. What a weird level. Like in general, I would say the Winter Tundra levels, they're optional. They're a little bit worse. If we're thinking relatively speaking, Mystic March is the worst level, regular level anyway. But it's not that bad. It's just a weird level. It doesn't. It kind of feels like it doesn't fit in, but it's there. Cloud Temples. I always forget about this level. I don't know why it's not really that bad. So for that reason, I'll put it in C tier. But it's not. I don't know anything bad to say about this level. Maybe the hide and seek thing is annoying now that I think about it, but I think it's just less memorable than the other levels. Robotica Farms, I think, is B tier. It's a fun level, fun gimmick. The robots against the bugs. I think it's fun. Metropolis. Hi, that's the concept of Metropolis is definitely S tier. The actual level itself is maybe A tier. I'm thinking, do I want to put it in S tier? It's quite funny. It's quite funny though. Like the pigs. But yeah, you have to think the level itself is the aesthetic is quite nice. Like all the future things. That I think that's fun for a change. As we've usually had castles and like medieval style stuff. So it's something different. But I think A is still good for it for sure. I think Canyon Speedway is the least memorable speedway of me. I think it's the worst speedway, so I'll just put it in D tier. Maybe it's the worst overall level and not just a regular level. Yeah, Canyon Speedways. Yeah. Ripto's Arena, as far as the final boss goes, I think we can put it in A tier. I think it's still cool. There's 3 phases. I think it's yeah, you use the orbs to fight. I think that's quite cool. But I put it there because I think Gulp is just more memorable and more yeah, they're both fun, but I think the Gulp thing is I don't know, something about it. I like it more. But definitely Ripto's boss fight is pretty cool. And then finally we have the post-game level. This level is hard to rate, of course. It's a completely different thing. I mean, oh, where did I put it? Definitely not B tier. It will be A or S for me. I think I'll put it in A because I think it's like it's a really cool concept, like this amusement park, and I think it's a cool thing to do in the post game. I think it's a cool reward. Like you have like the theater in there. You have like the super flame power up that you can get in the end. That's all really cool rewards. And you can just kind of run around and have some fun. Some mini games may be more annoying than others. Looking at you, Coaster. But overall, I think it's just, yeah, just like you beat the game. Here's a level to just have fun in. I think that concept is really cool. They did in Spyro 1 with the flight. They did in Spyro 2 with this. Spyro 3, there's more of a, it's kind of still there, the super bonus worlds, but it's more, I guess it's less like, yeah, we'll get to it when we get to super bonus worlds, when we get to Spyro 3 and stuff, but I think Dragon Shores is definitely very fun. Is that my list? I think that might be my list. It makes sense to me that the home worlds are in S tier. They're just a step above the rest. And then all the other levels down there. Again, relatively speaking, there are no like actual bad levels that I just would not want to play at all. It's just Mystic Marsh is a little bit weird. Canyon Speedway is a speedway and the least memorable. Yeah, there you have it. I think that'll be my tier list for Spyro 2. I'll probably now that I've done this one, I'll definitely do Spyro 3 one sometime. Spyro, the other Spyros, yeah, could possibly be. I mean, Spyro 4 and has a couple of levels, so I could do that one pretty quick. Yeah, I felt like I rambled a little bit too much, a little bit too unclear in this one. But let me know what you think, and if you disagree, feel free to leave a comment. But for me, this is an okay list for me. Spyro 2, great game, fantastic game. But those homeworlds, fantastic. Alright, so that'll be it for me. And see you next time. Bye bye.